In this video, we will show you how to replace your front inner tie rod end on this GMC Acadia. This is part of your front steering and suspension located behind your front wheel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. Once you've completed that, remove all 6 of your 22mm lug nuts and then the wheel. Now that we have the wheel off, we have a clear view of our outer tie rod end and our inner tie rod end. We also can see the bellows boot. In between the inner tie rod end and the outer tie rod end, we're going to go ahead and loosen this jam nut using a 21mm. We'll turn this clockwise, breaking it free from the outer tie rod end. You can use some long pliers for this or a 21mm wrench. If you have a hard time breaking it free, continue on with a rubber mallet, give it a light tap. Now that we have the jam nut broken free, we can start removing the outer tie rod end from the steering knuckle. You'll find it's held in place with an 18mm mounting nut. We'll remove that. Once you have that removed, a quick inspection, we're going to start it back on a couple threads. To separate the outer tie rod end from the steering knuckle at this point, we're going to lightly tap on the steering knuckle with a hammer, causing vibration. This should want to break free for us. Now we can start turning the outer tie rod end counterclockwise to remove it from the inner tie rod end. When doing this, you want to count the amount of turns it takes to remove it, and typically it's a good idea to take note of that number. 1, 2, and so on. I had 17 turns. Your results may vary. With the outer tie rod end out of the way, it's time to start removing the jam nut. We'll just turn this counterclockwise and fully remove it from the inner tie rod end. With the jam nut out of place, we'll start focusing on removing the bellows boot from the power steering rack. This is held in place with 2 clamps. The outer clamp is a squeezable clamp, and it's typically reusable. Of course, you do want to give it a thorough inspection and replace it if necessary. Just going to use some long nose pliers. You can use pretty much anything that'll squeeze this. As I mentioned, a quick inspection. Now for the inboard clamp, the next thing you want to do is go ahead and follow that bellows boot all the way to where it connects onto the power steering rack. Commonly, you're going to find a portion of that clamp that's just large enough that you can grab hold of it with the tip of a pry bar, and we're going to tap on the other end of a pry bar, breaking this free. This is a single time use clamp. Go ahead and replace it with a new clamp or even a wire tie if necessary. Go ahead and take hold of the power steering rack bellows boot. We're going to give it a twist and pull it out and away from the power steering rack and the inner tie rod end. Continuing from here, it's time to remove the inner tie rod end. To do that, you can use one of several tools. They come in many different shapes and sizes. The inner tie rod end tool that we're using is pretty simple. It essentially just makes its way around the base of the inner tie rod end. We'll clamp it tight, and then we'll start turning the inner tie rod end counterclockwise to remove it.
A quick note, when doing the inner tie rod end, you never want to use any sort of impact tool when removing or installing the inner tie rod end. Once it's broken free, we can remove the inner tie rod end tool and fully remove it by hand. There it is, friend. Once that's out of there, let's clean and inspect the power steering rack. We'll inspect that threaded portion there. Okay, friend, it's time to install our brand new inner tie rod end. When installing this, we'll be installing it by hand. Never use an impact tool for this. We'll continue on with our inner tie rod end tool. Once you feel as though you have it bottomed out, you only want to continue tightening it a tiny bit to ensure that it's properly secured to the power steering rack. Let's remove the inner tie rod end tool and continue. Let's take hold of the inner tie rod end. We're going to start pivoting it around. While pivoting it, we want to be applying our high temperature lubricant right inside this area of the ball and joint of the inner tie rod end. We'll start working this around. Once you've applied lubricant there, continue on to the middle of the inner tie rod end. Along the center, you should be able to see a small line. You can see it right here. We're going to add a little bit of lubricant in this area. This will help the alignment professional in the end. Continue on to installing the bellow boot. We'll take this and slide it into position. Continue on all the way at the power steering rack. We're going to continue on by sliding this on. Make sure it's properly positioned and hold it there with a clamp. If you don't have a clamp, use a wire tie. Start getting this clamp in position. We'll make sure that's secure. Trim off any excess if you are using a wire tie. Now it's time for the outer clamp. We're going to move this so we can see the small groove on the inner tie rod end. Install your clamp or wire tie if necessary. Double check, make sure it's properly secured in both areas. It's a good idea to use anti-seize on the threaded areas of the inner tie rod end. We'll continue on with our jam nut. Now it's time to install our outer tie rod end. We'll make sure we start this on by hand. When installing the outer tie rod end, we want to make sure that we install it the same amount of turns that I took to remove it. On my application, I had 17 turns, so I'm going to continue on putting this into as close to the original position as possible. That was 2 full turns, 3, and so on. Slide that into the steering knuckle. We'll continue on with the tie rod end nut. Start it on, snug it up. The torque for this is 26 foot-pounds and an additional 90 degrees, which is essentially a quarter turn. Let's make sure that we tighten the jam nut up against the outer tie rod end. One last quick inspection in this area, and we can reinstall our wheel. Start on all 6 of your lug nuts. We'll bottom them out. Get the wheel safely back on the ground and torque each of these to 140 foot-pounds. With the wheel back on the ground, we'll be torquing these in a crisscross manner. Torqued. Okay, friend, we've got our vehicle back together. At this point, go ahead and take it for a road test, listen for funny noises, and get yourself safely down to your local alignment shop. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.